Oh, so first what I will do is I will talk about what is SQL. Once this is done, and in our VM machine, where is our ALM, in the same machine, we install this SQL server, and in that machine, I will show you practically how to write the queries and then how to execute that queries. We will see in that particular machine. Okay, fine. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know what happened. Okay. So what we will do is first we will see that what is this SQL as a tester, what I will do, and also we will try to understand if we join the organization what kind of testing will be done by the tester. And once we understand this, and we will go to this VM, and in the VM we already having this SQL server. We already installed that SQL server. We will try to understand how to write the queries, how to execute the queries on the database. That also we will see that. Now, the first thing is, right, when you say that SQL, right, everyone will say that SQL. SQL is nothing but it's a structured query language. The name indicates it's a structured query language. So what you will do is you will be writing the queries to retrieve your required information. So nowadays database testing is very important and everyone is giving the importance for database testing. The reason is the data is important for me. Right now, I'm having one website. One of the customer is registered with my website, and I want to make sure that all my details are storing in the database properly because the data is very important. If you are entering one value in your form, see, you are having your application. In that application, you can write your name. You have to make sure that the same name is going to your database. For that purpose, we will be doing this database testing. For that, usually I will be using my SQL queries to perform that testing. That is fine. And how to write that queries, how your database looks like, all those things I will show you probably tomorrow. If not possible, today itself, right? Probably if we are covering all these theoretical concepts early, then we will show today itself. Otherwise, tomorrow. That is fine. Now, very first thing, right? Now, what is my intention here? My intention is to make sure that my data is storing in the database successfully. So what you will do is, right? So I will show you a simple example here. Now, say this is your one of the form. Like say for example, this is your simple login form here. Login form. This is my username. This is my password. And click on submit button. That means, right, this is your simple login form. So what you can do, you can enter your username, you can enter your password and click on submit button. So in the normal functional testing, what you will do, you will enter your valid username, valid password and click on submit. Once it is submitting, once you are able to see your home page, then you will say that this username and password is valid. But how will you make sure that whatever that username you entered, whatever the password you entered is valid, is available in the database? For that purpose, what I will do is I will be using my database testing by using SQL. I will write some queries to retrieve my username details from the database. Similarly for my password. So here what you have to do is, as a tester, your job is not only to check the front end, and also I want to check whether the same data is available in your database. That is called your database testing. See, let me show you one simple example here. You can take any example, and once we are good with this, then we will jump into SQL server, which is already available in your VM. Now, if you observe here, right, this is my UI, this is my application UI. Now if you observe this, here you are having so many months. How will you make sure that the same details are available in your database also? See, here I am having my months is January to December. Fine. How I will make sure that as a tester the same details are available in the database? For that, You will write your SQL queries to check your database, and you will be checking that particular table whether you are having the same details with the same order in your table. If you are having the same details with the same order, I will say that my test case is passed. If it is not there, I will say that my test case is failed. So SQL is very simple and very straightforward. Only thing is you are validating the data. You are validating your data. Now say for example you are having your submitting the form. You will enter all the information and click on submit, and immediately if you want to check the database, go to that particular table and see that whatever the information you entered in the form, it should match with your data available in your database. If there is any discrepancy, I will log it as a defect. Okay, so here the point is, right, I want to make sure that all the data available in the database is correct or not. For that purpose, I will be using my database testing. Which for that I will use my one of the language called SQL, structured query language. I will use this language to test my databases. And when you are working with your databases as a tester, I'm not talking about development point of view. As a tester, most of the times I will be using this statement. Select statement I will use many times. Most of the times you will be using this select statement. And also one more thing, whenever you have time, I will show you one website. You can also play with that. You can also play with this website as well. And whatever we are learning the select statements, I will write the select statements on my real database. That we will go in some time. Where is my SQL? Whenever you have time, just play with this particular website. This is very simple website and it is very useful. No need to go with each and everything. Just go with your select statement and your where statement and your order by statement and your joins. Enough. No need to go with each and every statements, because as a tester these are more than enough for me. So those things here we can see the same things. First thing is select statement. Select statement is a very common statement used by the tester. As a tester, you will always use your select statement. And one more thing, in real time, no one will give you write access to your database. Database write access, no one will provide. What they will do is they will be giving you a read access. That means if you want, you can read the data from the tables, but they cannot provide any write access. Yes, please. Hello? Yeah, tell me. Hello?
No. Actually, um, middle of that some break is came, so I just want to type like we can't hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't know what is the problem. Okay, fine. I'll repeat it. So, as I said, right, whenever if you are working with your database testing, most of the times testers will use this SQL, and in SQL also select statement is the very common method to perform your testing activities. And usually in the organizations, testers will get only read access to the tables. They will not provide any write access. Just they will say that this is the read permissions I can provide. If you want, you can read the values available in your database. But if you want to do any modification for the database, they will not provide. They will not provide any access to modify the details. They will give you the access to read the values. Whatever the values are available in the database, if you want to read it, they can provide. Now, in that, very common statement in your SQL is select. I will use this select statements very commonly to validate my database. That means I'm having one table. In the table, I will show you what is the table also in some time. In the table, I wanted to see that whether all the details are storing properly or not. So if you want to retrieve something, you can use your select statement. Select statement is a very common statement. We will use it in the SQL. Okay. And then we will use some joins, right? Joins is nothing but sometimes what will happen is you may work with your two tables at a time. This kind of situation I will use my joins. If you are working with only one table, you are good with your select statement. No need to learn any other statement. Select statement is more than enough if you are working with your single table at a time. But sometimes what will happen is you may be working with your multiple tables at a time. Whenever if you want to work with your multiple tables at a time, this kind of situation you will be using your joins. Name indicates joins. You are joining two tables. That is called your joins. So here also joins means you have left join, right join, and all. That means like I will tell you one thing. Okay, so this is one table and this is one more table. That that means right now what I'm doing is right. I'm having two tables and I wanted to join the tables. How you are going to join the tables? Is it left or is it right? That means I want to join the tables based on the left. That means this is my right. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the values of this table 1 in the right side and in the table 2 in your right side. That means what I will do is I will do something like this. I will say this is one table, this is table 1 and table 2. Okay. Now what you can do is join these two tables with by using joins method. So what you can do is whenever if you want to work with your two tables, sometimes right I may be having two tables at a time. This kind of situation what you can do is you can use your tables. Now if you see here, now I am having two tables. One is employee table, this is one table, and this is another table is department. Now, usually, right, if you are using your different tables, each table will be having your values. And here my employee ID and department ID is same. That means even employee ID, employee is having ID column and your department also is having your ID column. This kind of situation, what I will do is I wanted to club both the tables. You can see that now what I am doing here is this is my one table and this is my another table. Now this time what I will do is I will be clubbing that two tables. Now see here what is happening in this first table 1000, 1001 and 1002. So three IDs are there. In department 1001, 1002 and 1003. So what I will do is I will join these two tables based on the ID. So what it will do is it will be checking the ID which is common in both the tables. It will check in table 1 what is the common value and table 2 what is the common value. Based on that it will club, it will combine. So in my employee 1000 is there but there is no 1000 ID in the department. So it will not consider. But if you see this, 1001 is available in the employment ID. At the same time, 1001 is available in your department. So this row will be considered. That means if you observe this, 1001 is considered. 1001 is, that means you are combining, you are joining two tables based on one of the factor, based on one of the column. Now if you see that next one, 1002, 1002 is available in department also. So what it will do is it will take 1002 and your all the details, TN and sales, it will take. You can see that. Nice. Now, but if you go to that next value, it is 1003 is available, but 1003 is available only in one table, but other table that value is not available. So what it will do is it cannot combine. If you want to combine both the tables, the values must be same. The values must be same. Based on that only it will join the tables. Okay, clear? Is this clear how it is combining? So this is how your yeah. See, primary key and foreign key and all right. Okay. Okay, we will also see that in that tables directly. Okay, we will see that directly in your tables. Let me open that. Okay, so this is my, which one? This one only, right? Let me directly show you. See, log into this VM. Log into this VM. Log into this VM. Okay. Already we have SQL server already like right available. So now what will happen is how we will be testing in this database means you will get access to your database, but they will give you only read only. They will not give you any write access. For me, already my SQL server is already available. SQL server. It is already installed in my machine. So where is my SQL server? SQL server already available in my machine. This is my SQL server. Okay, this is my SQL server. So this is my SQL server. This is how it looks like. Your SQL server looks like this. Now, so this is SQL server will be having your databases. Now your developer will clearly mention what database they are using for this particular environment. That means if they're testing this application, what they will do is they will be clearly explaining which database they are using for that particular environment. So if they are using that QA environment, they may be using one database. If that is a staging environment, they may be using like another database. If it is a production, they will use the another database. They will clearly mention which database they are currently using for your test environment. They will clearly mention. They will give you all the details. They will give you all the details. Now I got my access to my database. I wanted to do my database testing and I want to make sure that whether it is working correctly or not. How to do that? Now here, this is my tables. This is my tables. Now I wanted to check that any users are there. I wanted to Okay. Now I wanted to check that how many users are available in my database. How to do that? So it is very easy. Which database you are working, right? Just this is the database currently I'm working. Right click, just say that new query. Now you can write your query. Select star from which table you want to work. See, this is your syntax, right? If you're writing your SQL queries, select, you can give whatever that column names, select column name from table name. This is your syntax of your SQL. Now what will happen is when I say that select star from which table I'm working with this is the table. This is the table. When you click on run, when you click on your execute, you should get all the users from your database. That means right now I'm having these users available in my database. These users are available in my database. Let me take you any table, right? Any table you can do that. Mm, okay. Select star from. So I'm working with one of these database, admin database. Okay. And I want you remember, right? I hope, right? This is the database of your ALM. You remember, right? In ALM, we created that users for each and every one. I created one user. Let's see that whether you will get that result, whether you will get that from your database or not. See, you remember I created that user details for each and every one. See, everything is showing here. That means what you are trying to do here is you are creating a user in your application. Immediately you will come back to your database and see that whether that particular user is created successfully or not. That is how you can do your testing and all. Okay. Now say for example, now see. So here what I am trying to do is, so this is my scenario. What is the scenario means I will write the scenario here. Okay, first scenario is, right, verify user is created successful. For that what you will do, right? First what you will do is you will go to that application first. That means UI, application UI, create that user, create the user and verify the message after creation. This is I'm talking about your UI. Now I want to make sure that the same thing whether it is created successfully or not in the database. For that, right, dev will provide database name, database details, all those things. Database details they will provide along with the table names. Now what I will do, now you can use anything, right now you can use your SQL server or you can use SQL server or you can use your Toad, right? Different people will use differently. This is nothing but it's a place where you can write your queries. Right now I am writing the queries in this location. Okay, now what I will do is SQL server, go to SQL server and Toad and write a query, write a SQL query to check the created user, to check the created user. For that what I will do, I will say that select, right, Now what I will do, I will say that select star from whatever the table name. My table name is so and so, whatever the table. When I say that select star from so and so, then it should it should be showing your created user just now. Is it clear? Is it clear how you can do your database testing? Is it clear or any doubt? Right, this is the way how we will do that testing and all. Okay, now say for example, as I said, right, now most of the times, right, this what is that select statement is the very common thing, right? This select is very common thing, select and all. And one more thing is, right, we will use where statement. Where statement we will use very commonly. Why we will use this where means, when you say that select star from means it will retrieve everything. Now let me do one more query here. I will write one more query. Okay, select, it is very easy actually. Select, now I don't want to do that star and all, right? Because when I say that star, it will get all the details from the table, but I want to see only usernames, right? I don't want to see all the details of the table. My intention is to see only only column values from the table. So here I don't want to get all this unnecessary information. I want only this username. I want to see that who are all the users available. What is my table? You have to give the table name. TD. See, I'm not giving my own thing. Whatever is the table I'm working here, this is the table I'm working. Just I will give my table name. And if you want to execute, click on this. See, this is how you will work in the real time. See, now it is coming properly. See, I'm having so and so users, so and so users. Okay. When you simply say that star, select star, then what it will do is it will get all the information from the table. But I don't want to get all the information from the table. There is no point to get all the information. I wanted to see that these users are available in my application or not. Got it? Got it? Fine. And one more thing is, right, you can also do one more test, one more scenario here. Right now, if you see this, right, account is active. Everything is active. Now what you can do is you can check one more scenario. You can you can see that whether these accounts are active or not. Go to your UI and verify all these accounts are active or not. Because why I'm telling is, here you can check one more scenario. Whenever your account is not active, and then try to log in with that account and see that whether it is allowing to log in or not. That is one more scenario. You can check that. Okay, this is how you can do that. Now I don't want to get all this information. I want to get just a particular column. I will give my, and also you will be getting your help from this also anyway. You will get your help also from this and from table, like this, run it. Now it should get like. And one more thing is, one more scenario is, if you want to make sure that whether this functionality is working correctly or not, immediately what you can do is, right, immediately what you can do is create one more user ABCD, and immediately come back after creation, immediately come back here again, execute this one. When you execute this time you should get that new one. Let me see whether if I am able to create a, I don't think I can create because it is expired, right? Our ALM is expired. Let me try once again. If I'm able to create, I will do right away. That means, right, what you are doing is you are doing that functionality, and at the same time you are trying to check in your UI also. Okay, let me check. Actually, I'm not that great with your SQL. SQL area, I'm very bad. because I never get a chance to work with that SQL area. I'm having little experience only with SQL. Now, let me try if I'm able to look up. I will try if I'm able to create user. I don't think it will allow me, but let's give it a try. Okay, admin. So this is how you can do your actual testing. Okay, it is not allowing. Oh, it is allowing. Let me create then one user, right? Let me create one user. And so see right now you can see that this is how you will do the testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if you go to your database, it should show your value. See, 1, this is system, leave it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So perfect. Whatever the details are available here, the same details are available. Everything is coming properly. You can see that. Now let me create a user here. Okay, let me create a new user so that you will get more confidence as well. I'm creating a new user. Once I'm creating the user, immediately I will go back and I will cross check whether this created user is coming in the database or not. If it is coming, test case is passed. I will say that DB user. See, this is how you will be doing your database testing. Please do some practice, and it is available, and you can play with your SQL server here. Username DB user test test.abc.com. Okay, I'm created this user, creating a password for this user. Test. Okay, so what I did, right, I created a user here. Now as a tester, what is your job, right? In the front end, you are able to create your user successfully. As a tester nowadays, what is happening is not only checking in the front end, and also I want to make sure that whatever we are doing in the front end, it is storing properly in your back end. How to do that? Now I will go to my SQL server where I'm doing my DB testing. I will go back to that, and then I know that see, usually your developer will give you all this table information and your database information and all. Otherwise, how I will know that where is my data is storing? They will clearly mention, see, all your user information will store in this table. This is what I got the information from my developer. This is the information I got from my developer. Then what I will do here, I will write my query. Select. What is my intention? My intention is to see that whether my user, whatever I created just now, it is available in my table. What is my table? They clearly mentioned that it's a table name is users. Okay, now let's run this. Now it should show, see, it's available. That means once I created my user, it is successfully storing in my DB. So I'm good with this functionality. Clear? Is it clear or any doubt?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, run this. So this is the way. Okay. Now we will see if anything is. We will go to here. We created some user and some site projects will be there, right? Okay. Now one more thing is here, right now I created my username is like DB user and I gave that full name as test. I wanted to see that whether this is going going in your database also same test only. For that, what you can do is, see, you can check anything here. Now what I want to do is, I don't want to check everything here. I wanted to check only full name. Full name. I wanted to check full name. Click on execute. See, now you can see that it is going as a test. Now just say for example, right, it is going as a test, but I want to make sure that this test is related to my particular user. Then what you can do is, you can also retrieve two columns at a time. Now what I will do is, I'll be like, it is easy for me now. Now what I'm doing, I'm saying that full name and username from this particular table. Now when you execute this, see, now you can easily, okay, my DB user full name is test, so it is working correctly. So I'm good. My test case is correct. This is how you can write your simple SQL queries. Now say for example, I don't want to get all the information. I wanted to get only column name is so and so. See, I will give you one practical example. Right now, some of you saying that, now just imagine that you are working with one of the application, and they said that verify all the loans which is having 1,000. That means, right, now here, right, you are working with one bank application. In that bank is having n number of loans. It may be having like it may be having 500 loan accounts. 500 loan accounts, but they're clearly mentioning that don't get all the accounts. They said that I wanted to have all the loan accounts which is having $1,000 account only. That means now what I will do, select star, means it will get all the columns. Select star from loans, where I will say that amount is equal to 1,000. That means now it will not get all the values. It will retrieve only the rows which is having $1,000 only. Okay, that is your SQL. That means now here I don't want to get like all my information, because right here actually my intention is to check my DB user, but I don't want to see all my users. Then what I will do is, I will be using my where class, where I will say that my username is equal to, I will say that like this. When you run this, that means now what it will do, see, it will retrieve the data in your database where your username is equal to Anu. Now you can cross check, okay, Anu is having full name Anu only. Let's just cross check in your application what exactly it is available. See that it is good. That means whatever is there in your application, it has to store as it is in your database. Yeah, this is how you can write your select statement and your where statements, where clause, I can say that. Okay, now, so if you want, right, you can also see the same examples. Now let me try with another table. I will try to show you. Hmm, admin would project information. Do you have any domains? That's okay. Let's try with this. So this is how you can work with your database. Select star from dt dot domains. Execute this. See, right now you are having only one project assigned to you. Okay, is there any way to assign more projects? Let's see that. This is site projects. Let me create one more project. Right now you are having only one domain. Okay, now I'm trying to create one more domain for our learning purpose. That means, see, what is your job here is, right? You are checking in the application, you are able to create the domain or not. At the same time, I wanted to cross check that whatever I have created here, it is storing in your database as it is. For that, I will be using my database testing. I will create a db domain. I'm creating one domain here. Okay. Now, this is how you can test your application. Okay, now what I will do is, right, I will see here I created one domain and then I want to make sure that the domain is created successfully in the database also. How to do that? And you will be getting your database details. Without knowing the data details, you cannot proceed further. See, I should have my details. Without knowing the details, what I can do? Now it is taking little time. Oh, lot of time it is taking. Okay, created successfully. Good. Now what I will do is I wanted to cross check like whether my domain is created in my database also. Let's execute. See that it's created. It's created successfully. That means this functionality is working fine in the UI, and also this functionality is working fine from the database side also. Got it? This is how you can work. Okay, fine, like this. Okay, done. Clear? Okay. Now, okay. Hmm, I will try with this, but I'm not sure whether we can use these joins here because we need tables. I don't think it will allow. It will not allow. It will not allow.
We can create our own tables, right?
Tables. This is right. On tables means I don't think it will allow me. Let me try. I will create here. This is one table. So what I will do is I will take this table, ID, where car is fine, shade, okay, employee, it's created. What happened? So we are trying to create our tables, and then with the help of these tables, we will understand these joins. But select statement is clear, right? Or any doubt?
Yeah, clear.
Because as I said, I'm not that great with SQL. Other than SQL, anything for me is a cakewalk. Okay, fine. Select or from employee. Okay, good. Oh my god. Okay, good. Let me create one more table here. Department ID. Okay. Division. Department. Okay, fine. So what I did is, right, I created two tables and then I will play with this table. I will play with this particular table. Okay. T 1002 sales biotech 1003 biotech. So what you can do is you can also create your own table for your learning purpose because it's already installed in your VM. You can simply what you can do is you can go to that VM, create your own tables like how we did here. You can take any database, right? You can take any database. That is absolutely fine. So my tables are created. You can create any number of tables under your any database. So right now I'm playing with this particular database. So my developer said that this is the database where you can find all your information about your application. So what I will do is I will be playing with this database only, and I can create whatever the tables I want, and I will show you with the help of those tables. I will show you what is your joins. And one more thing, in real time you will not get your write access like creating the tables, delete the tables. No one will do that. Only read access will be provided. Now I will show you how to use your joins for these two tables. Okay, first let me show you like for normal select star from. This is my department table. Execute. I'm getting your results. If you want to search with where ID is equal to, yeah, fine. That is fine. So today we will complete this select, and tomorrow we'll complete that joins also. So I'm getting like this. This is how you can write your simple select statement with your where clause. Okay, and then this is done, and employee also I will write one more query. Fine. So what I did is, right, I did a simple select statements, how to write your select statements, and then how to validate your tables by using your select statement only. Now, one more thing, I will talk about the joins, right? Joins I will show you tomorrow. The same way I will show you, I'm having two tables, and I will practically show you how you can validate these two tables by using your joins. Okay, fine.